Hello everyone and welcome to a book talk for a book titled Advanced Dragon Studies. This was written by L.C. Mawson. This was an ebook that I read. We're following the perspective of Sky. She is part dragon, so we have shapeshifters in this. She is a shapeshifter and she is a young adult. This is not a young, well, not like teen young adult, but like 19 to early 20s, like 21, 20, 22, something like that. So in that kind of age range. So new adult would be the category for this book. Oh, I do have it written down. She's 21. She is 21. This does take place in England, and this is told in first person. So as I said, Sky is part dragon. So she has these magical abilities. This is a school for people with magical abilities. You have demons, witches, and dragons. You have mer people, and they all go to the same school. And this is, of course, when they come into their powers, they go through a ceremony to get their powers and things like that. So Sky is there. At the first little bit, she's talking to her girlfriend to try to reveal, because they're trying to determine what path they're going to go on. And so she reveals that she is magic. And the girlfriend basically is like, not doing anything with it, and they break up. So this is LGBT, so you do have lesbian rep, you have male, male, female, female, alluded to. I did read the next book in this series, and the relationships form for more as the series goes on. So I will say that. This particular book that I read was 149 pages. This is book 1 out of 6 in the Ember Academy for Magical Beings. As I said, you have demons, you have dragons, you have witches, you have mer people, and things like that. So Sky, yes, she is part dragon, but she's what's called enhanced. Enhanced are people that were modified, genetically modified, to help end a particular war. We get a little bit about it, but not much. You just know that she's enhanced and it is frowned upon and things like that. And when people find out that she is enhanced, things don't go so well. So she tends to keep that very close to her chest and very hush-hush. So she has some friends that go to this school. They have been there for 1 or 2 years already. This is her first year in this school. Finds out she is rooming with someone who is a mermaid. So this mer person is very much not nice. And you do learn more about that as time goes on. There is a reason for that. So it's her learning about the history of the magic, how to use her magic. She can control fire, so she's learning how to try to control that and gain power over it and strengthen her abilities with it. When she uses her power, she is very much drained, so she needs to eat quite a bit. The more power of her magical abilities that she uses, the more her energy drains, the more she needs to eat. So it's a cycle there. 2 of her friends, it's a brother and sister twin, and one of them is named Naveen, and they are what is called litcord. Litcord is a word in this world used to describe people who are autistic. So we have autism rep, it's just called litcord in this book. So that's what this book is about. They are her friends, they're twins, they're fraternal twins, boy and girl. So, and I think Sky is not a lesbian. She did have a girlfriend, but considers herself bisexual, and that is talked about. So that's what the book is about. She's just learning to control this. She has this aunt that's teaching her and someone else. They are training for this competition that's going to be at the end of the year to hone their abilities and stuff like that. So that's to like become a priest or a priestess in their dragon world and stuff. So Not much to learn right now because it is the first book. That's just the very basics of what it was about, and I did find it fun, and I love this being like a college university for new adults to hone their abilities. And I love the fact a lot of the books that I've read with shapeshifters are from a male perspective, or it is the men that shapeshift. I have not read many where the female shapeshift, and this is the second book I've come across where it is a woman that shapeshifts. Now, in this world, they both do, but it's from the perspective of a woman. So again, she shifts into a dragon. So that's what this is about. What representation do we have? As I said, we have litcord, which is the word used in this to signify autism. You also have a plethora of LGBT rep, as well as different mythical beings. You have dragons, mermaids, witches, slayers, demons, fae. You've got a whole bunch. As far as the LGBT rep, pansexual is mentioned. Someone that uses ze/zir pronouns, non-binary, bisexual, lesbian, and gay are all mentioned. And Sky actually lives with her 2 dads. And there's someone else that talks about living with his 2 moms. So you have a lot of different various representations in this. As far as racial diversity, nothing is overtly mentioned. So you would just use your imagination. I figure, my assumption is it's going to be that race is more in lines with, being dragon, fae, demon, etc. But it's not based on the color of your skin. So it's not this big important thing. Any racism, sexism, or whatever is directed towards the person's species, whether it be, so speciesism, I don't know if that would even be a word that you would use. So like hatred towards mermaid or dragons or something like that. So it would be more along those types of lines. So that's the representation. As far as content and trigger warnings, I really don't have anything written down. Again, this is book number 1. I have read book number 2, and book number 2 is sexually explicit, and the language is a bit rougher in book number 2. So I am assuming, and we'll see if it holds up if and when I get to book number 3, which I do plan to, if that trend continues. So, but as of right now, book number 1, you're still getting the very basics of what's going on, of the main characters you're following, so there's nothing overtly sexually explicit. And I would say probably the biggest content or trigger warning that you're going to face in advanced dragon studies is probably more social anxiety type stuff, with a lot of the thoughts of self-hatred and second guessing and assuming what people are thinking about you when they're probably not. So making those assumptions in social situations. So more along that line is what I would say. So that's pretty much all I can tell you. Again, this was only 149 pages, and it was actually quite fun in my opinion. So in case you're still on the fence, let me tell you about the words that are used in case this sways you to either avoid the book or pick it up. We have the word damn twice, bitch 6, shit 8, bullshit twice, arse once. Again, this takes place in England, so arse is the UK version of ass in America. So arse is what it is spelled out as. You have the word fuck 5 times, asshole twice, breasts once, nipple once, ride once, screw twice, damn it 7, and climax once. So there is a bit of sexual talk in this, a little sexually explicit. More along the lines of just kind of glossing over stuff, because the main point of this book is to give you more of the backstory of how the enhanced beings, enhanced creatures, dragons were created, why they were created, and then the goal that the characters will have in this book. One other thing in this, Sky starts to have these dreams, and there is this dragon, great dragon, that is trying to bond with her through her dream. And we're trying to figure out in this book if that's really such a good thing, Who is lying? People in her real world or this great dragon in her dream? Who's lying? Who's telling the truth? So you're trying to figure things out like that. So it's very, very much an introduction to this world. Not much to say on this yet. More to say later on when I'm sure as the series continues. So again, that is book number 1 in the Ember Academy for Magical Beings, written by L.C. Mawson. Again, that's Advanced Dragon Studies. Let me know, have you read this book or have you not? Are you going to be picking this up, or are you still kind of on the fence, or are you going to give it a pass? Have you read anything else by L.C. Mawson? Let me know. Talk to me in the comment section below. And until next time, stay true to yourself and enjoy a good book, and I will talk to you later.